So, we're back again, ready to add more things. Now, this time, I'm going to take a look at the polls and see what we are and aren't adding. As I said before, if you go to my YouTube channel, there are polls there to see or change what you want in the game. So we're going to be taking a look at that. But before we get started on that, I want to get started on level concepts. Because I right now only have one level, and so the tutorial probably going to be like a recap of sorts when I'm done with it. But I'm not really interested in that because I started in the original game. We're going to add new levels. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to get ready on the chart right now and show you what's on there.
So, level concepts. My first level concept is a underwater level, just because Knuckles Chaotix doesn't have any video game, just by having them in the files, like, not an actual level, but like water stuff in the files, they're never used. So I'm kind of want to do my own. I'm not going to make it like Labyrinth Zone or anything. It's probably more like Aquatic Ruin, because that one would be fun. Take a different pass, and you don't have to be in the water in that one. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do for that. Wood Zone is from Sonic 2, which was scrapped. I'm going to bring it back, and pretty much it. I don't know, I just like that zone. I'm not going to do the same layout, of course. I'll probably do something new for that. My next idea is a windy level. I'm not sure we'll have something like actually pushing you backwards. If you guys want that, let me know in the comments and stuff, and I'll add it. But a green hillish level is probably gonna be the first level. So that's the plan. I'm probably gonna get started on the underwater level first, but I'm gonna change the order as we go along. The only reason I'm getting started in underwater levels because I think it's the coolest and I have a lot of ideas for it. The other three, well, the other two, I already have no idea what's on two. The other two, I'm not fully fleshed out yet, and I want more feedback. So as for the windy level, what should I do for that? Should I have the blowback or just have like a big effect for that? On the topic of comments, let's see here. So if you don't know, I do polls. This is my original poll, my first poll, which is why Sonic looks like the way it did now. This is the original Sonic design, but that doesn't matter. What we're gonna focus on now is these guys. So I put whoop. Death would be better for Sonic and Knuckles Chaotix 2. And you guys voted the original Knuckles Chaotix death, which is, you know, pretty strange. I'll show a video of it right now. So, I just checked the data, and it looks like we're doing the encore swapping. Basically, you can swap between characters. I have no idea how I'm going to add this. If I can't add it, I'll just swap for Sonic 2, maybe Chaotix if I can't do it, but I'm going to try my best to add it. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. Right now, I'm going to focus on game over things, since that's the easiest to do by far, which I'm going to show you the results of that right now.
So, I finished up that game over thing. So if you hit an enemy with 0 rings, or just die in any way, you'll end up in the game over room. It is instantaneous, so it's not really like a smooth transition. You kind of just end up there. But yeah. Also another thing, if you notice in the corner of the screen, players don't have a time symbol next to their icons anymore. That's because, well, there's no more lives. Lives have like ever since like I don't know, like 2000s or past that, before that even. Lives kind of became pointless, so we're scrapping them. But we're gonna keep the player icons just so you know who you're playing as. They might come in like helpful later with the whole player swap thing. I'm not sure how we're gonna go about that. We'll figure that later. So the next thing I'm gonna work on is going to be the player 2 system itself. So we're just gonna get started on that since we need to finish that.
So I finished the player 2 system. Now, depending on the player you play as, you'll have a different partner, so it's kind of set, like teams, I guess. The reason why is because I'm too stupid to be able to code individual like selection. Maybe I'll figure that later, but for now, depending on the character, your partner will be like just the same, like it's the same team over and over. So the first team is Sonic and SBO, which you guys saw back there. The current team on screen, or at least was on screen, was Charmy and Mighty, then Knuckles and Vector. Those are set teams for now. They don't really make sense. Yeah, some of them do. But yeah, they mirror the abilities of the other characters. So if you're playing as Knuckles, Vector can glide. Playing as Sonic, SBO can do, like, they just do anything you can do. Now there's no chain system, so if you lose them, they're kinda just gone. you're never gonna see them again if you lose them. So I'm gonna look into that. Now the next thing is platforms with them are a bit buggy, specifically the one-way platforms. I'll have to fix that later because they get stuck a lot in those. Not sure how I'll fix that, but I'll fix that when I need to. So I'm gonna check the pools because it changed. I'm gonna show them on screen right now. So as you can see, it's now a tie between 45% and 45%. Now I've been waiting a while, constantly refreshing. I even sent it into a Discord server just to get more traction, and nobody's chosen between these two. So I'm gonna search for spin wheel for to spin that wheel. So we have a wheel ready. Now we're going to spin this wheel and see what we get. So 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. So I guess we got Knuckles Chaotix. So I'm gonna work on a Knuckles Chaotix system. It makes sense though, so for the sequel, should probably use game mechanics from the first game. I'll try to make it less like problematic as the first game. So I'm gonna get to work on that right now. So I added the system and it works pretty well. Basically, if the player gets too far, they'll be like pulled back together, literally like Knuckles Chaotix. I'm pretty sure I gained speed with it once. Basically, there's a like a little line. I'm probably gonna swap that maybe later. But for now, the line becomes red if the players are far away, and green if the players are like right next to each other. And it works pretty well. I've managed to beat a level. It looks pretty decent. There's some issues I might have to fix, like calling in a player. You might have to call a player so they can just like de-thread for a second, because sometimes it gets stuck. But other than that, like, it works pretty well. It's kind of chaotic, but that's the point of the game, isn't it? So it's actually really fun. I'm not sure how fun it will be, but I'm gonna make my levels more designed around it, because this level, even though it's part of the tutorial, I feel like it isn't designed for this gimmick because it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I actually think that this is turned out pretty well. I'm gonna get started on my own level, and I have to make sprites. So we're gonna get started on that right now. So instead of doing like the underwater level, I decided I'm gonna save that for the next part because I have no idea how to make my own sprites, and so yeah, it's kind of difficult. But what I did end up doing is making a level that's it's gonna be like a hidden palace level type thing, where there's gonna be all the chaos rings hidden in this level. There's no chaos rings or anything really yet. It's just like the layout's finished. It's more like a maze instead of an actual level. But Knuckles Chaotix is already kind of like a maze, so I feel like it fits. It uses Sonic City's titled Tempest sprites with the Sonic 2 Hidden Palace music. I think it fits actually pretty well. It looks good. Knuckles Chaotix sprites fit with the Sonic City look, so I'm fine with it. Other than that, like, I did change Knuckles' jump, make it higher and stuff. That's pretty much it as far as these go. I'm gonna probably next part add title cards and a hub world, depending on what the votes are. But you can actually vote for stuff right now as I'm speaking. Go to my community and look into that, and there's stuff you can vote for right now. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I know it's kind of lame how I ended it off, but it's like, this is probably like my longer video on my channel right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna add new bandits, title card, and maybe a hub world next part. See you guys then.